back in high school, right? There was
Yeah.
this guy I knew named Sean, right?
Okay.
And I was in the resource classes, the learning improvement classes, you know.
Okay.
So in that class, this kid would always sit in the back and go on the computer, and he'd be listening to music, right? And we didn't know what the hell he was listening to.
Yeah.
One day I go in the back, and I'm like, all right, let me check out what it is. Guy's listening to Trapped in the Closet, right? But he's watching the videos, and
Oh
I
my
see on the
God.
queue like video like 4, 5, 6, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are you watching? And
Like 30
the
of
teacher comes to the back of the class, and all the other students come back, and they start making fun of this kid, going like, oh, are you trapped in the closet? And at the time, I didn't know what the hell it was. I'm just thinking, oh, is this guy like trying to come to terms with something? Like, I went up to him and straight up said, hey, man, whatever's going on, don't worry about it. I'm
Hey.
sorry for everyone else,
Yeah,
right?
That's your truth. Let it out.
And this man looks at me dead in the eye and goes, get the fuck out of my face, bro. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm just trying to be a good
so
dude.
it was actually R. Kelly.
It's straight up on the screen, R. Kelly on YouTube. And remember how you had the like playlist queue and
Oh,
you had like
yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'm like, how many parts of this series
No,
are
it was
there?
way too many. It started involving midgets and all this.
What,
random
like,
stuff.
where were you going with this, R. Kelly? Like, I mean, we all know what ended up happening
Clearly to
later down.
jail.
Yeah, clearly clearly to urinating on people, but like,
Oh,
what the
man.
hell?
Clearly to jail.
You ever wonder what goes through a dung beetle's head? Like, you know the dung beetles in Africa, what they are?
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're the little beetles that like collect poop.
Yeah.
And the way that they attract other females, right, is the largest, most round pile of poop. But like, have you ever thought like
So
about the
disgusting.
consciousness of a dung beetle and thought, you know, have you ever like thought what goes through the dung beetle's head as it's just rolling the poop up during the day casually? Like, oh, you know, another day of just rolling this shit.
Yeah, let me just get it. This is my favorite today. I love this smell. Let me
Oh,
get
man.
this one.
Oh man, Jeremiah's got that new manure. Oh god, this is
Yeah.
gonna be great, bro. Oh,
Crazy.
you know what's crazy though?
What's crazy?
We're in the studio live from Beverly Hills. This is the latest episode of Don't
Oh,
At Me
my.
with Michael and Alex, baby.
I didn't know we were recording. This
Woo!
is crazy.
Super Bowl champs. Had to bring it back.
Oh, I
you know?
like it. Hey, that was a great Super Bowl game. I can't lie.
To any NFL fan that likes to discredit Tom Brady for Vinatieri's kicks, for Malcolm Butler on the 1-yard line
Stupidity.
getting the interception, like, look, we can all discredit greatness and how we talk about, you know, LeBron James in basketball. I'm willing to discredit him as I am a hypocrite there. But when you talk about football, what gets you to the point in the game where you actually have the ability to get an interception on the 1-yard line?
Yeah.
What gets you to the point in the game where you have Vinatieri kicking the field goal to win the game? Is Tom Brady, so don't discredit it.
The quarterback play, and shout out Patrick Mahomes, you're special, but something
Oh my
special.
God! Last night,
Hey.
I'm at work, right?
Special.
And I told my buddy Shane, who was covering the game, I'm like, "Hey Shane, I guarantee you, after the Raiders scored, I'm like, watch, Mahomes gonna lead a game-winning touchdown drive." And he's like, "Nah, it's not gonna
Hey,
happen."
he gives me that feel
Oh.
of watching Kobe and Jordan play basketball. Like, I always felt that if they were under 10 points down with 5 minutes left,
You knew
were
they
gonna
could come
win.
back.
And with Mahomes, like, I wasn't even nervous. I was like, he's at least going to get us in field goal range, so I'm not worrying. And he made it happen.
That game last night, the feeling that I got from him was the same feeling I had in the Patriots Super Bowl against the Falcons. I remember telling my mom at halftime, look, the Patriots don't do damage
I was
until the
nervous for
second
you
half.
guys. Yeah.
The Patriots
I was
usually don't do
nervous.
damage to the second half in the Super Bowls, right? That's when they actually pick up the pace. And I said to my mom, look, stay calm. It's 2 halves. It's Tom Brady and Belichick. We've been here, done it before. Look what ends up happening. 328 people, and that's that feeling. That
And
feeling
you
of
know a
being
major
able.
thing that everyone overlooked?
What?
They're the Atlanta Falcons. They
Oh,
find
okay. Come on.
ways to lose.
Come on. But that same feeling, the precedent set by a
Yeah.
quarterback that you genuinely believe, no matter what the situation they face in a game, they can
True.
lead a comeback.
Yeah.
That same feeling I had for Brady in
Go.
that game is the same feeling I get every time I watch Patrick Mahomes on the football field.
Brady's the GOAT.
Ugh.
Mahomes is the GOAT, most gifted of all time, so I believe him.
All right, enough of the football talk. We got to talk about the craziest news, and that is the NBA free agency winners and losers.
Big time stuff.
We are now in what, 3-4 days in. The madness is continuing. We're watching teams scrounge to get the best
Free
available
agency
free agents
weekend
going
one
on.
completed.
So now we have to discuss our winners and losers. So let's go one by one and discuss our winners first, and then our losers. We'll go one for one each.
Yep.
Michael, you want to start with
I'll
your
go
winner?
with I'll go with my first winner.
Okay.
It has to be the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
Like, the Lakers were able to steal Montrezl Harrell for $9 million a year. No, I didn't even expect that move. I thought for sure he was going to go somewhere else.
He was going to secure
but
the bag somewhere.
He decided to come to the Lakers, stay in LA and come to the Lakers. You added Marc Gasol. You added Dennis Schroeder in the trade. You were able to keep Markieff. The Lakers did a great job.
Yeah, the Lakers, to me, of course, won this offseason 100%. I said it from the beginning. Once they signed Montrezl Harrell, it didn't matter what they did after that point. That deal alone was a win-win for the Lakers as much as it was for Harrell, and also to demoralize Clipper fans. The Lakers managed to sign Gasol. They managed to keep Morris. They also managed to bring in these good group of characters such as Montrezl Harrell that are really going to elevate their play. Look, I can't stress it enough. When they lost Dwight Howard, yes, that was an impact blow to the Lakers, right?
Yes.
But their signing of Montrezl Harrell outweighs everything that Dwight Howard did for that team. I appreciate his service, but let's be realistic. Montrezl Harrell is the reigning sixth man of the year, a guy that could have gotten $20 million to be a starter on another team for sure. What did he do? He stayed in Los Angeles to join the opposing team, to stay in the same building,
the defending champ,
to be a sixth man on that roster for 2 years, underpaid. That man took a check less than what he could have got to get a championship. Rob Pelinka knows how to get the deals done, get the business going. Oh my God, the Lakers won this offseason as much as it pains me to say. It does not matter any other deal going forward.
Rich Paul, you are the man.
And we're not even touching on Dennis Schroeder also. That's another point of
that's
emphasis.
A trade. Yeah, that was a trade that happened. So do you have another team you have in mind?
Oh, for me, the winners outright. The Lakers, to me, are by far the biggest winners of this free agency period.
Agreed.
But this time around, I'm going to go with a specific player, and that is one now ex-Celtic, Gordon Hayward. He himself is a winner. Let me tell you something. Any man that's able to have the injury history that he's had with the Celtics and then to be able to come back and basically get the exact same contract that you signed when you came to Boston, and you got a longer version, and you managed to go from being a $34 million player opt-out situation to $120 million secured in Charlotte, who you knew were going to overpay just to get any face in there.
To go with Melo.
Michael Jordan has shown once again why he is incompetent as an owner. I'm really hoping.
Don't do that.
No, it's
MJ?
true. No, it's true. Look, I'm not saying that MJ is the player. We're dedicating this specific segment to him as the owner, which is shown time and time again to have flounder and fail with his organization. And look, I'm really hoping this LaMelo Ball pick plays out and pans out for them, but let's just be realistic and call a spade a spade. They took an F for signing Hayward for that deal, and Gordon Hayward as a player alone won this free agency.
I learned one thing from Gordon Hayward. I need to meet his agent. Because
oh my gosh.
You are brilliant.
Oh my gosh. But as a Celtics fan, let me say this. I am wishing for the best for you, Gordon. I want you to be able to have a long, fruitful career and be able to play injury-free for years to come, because that's what it's all about.
I'm hoping he surprises everyone with this play.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that he gets the benefit of going to a team where they really need a star and someone to step up, especially with a veteran leadership.
Yes.
So with him coming into the fold as a starting small forward, a guy that can definitely deliver 17 a game easily on a third.
And maybe more with more attempts.
100%, because he was the third in the scoring hierarchy on the Celtics. This guy's going to be able to dominate in Charlotte.
Yeah, he might have been fourth. So the other team that I have.
Who's your winner?
For a winner. So, of course, the Lakers have started off, but the Portland Trailblazers.
I really the same list then.
No, yeah, I really think that Portland did a really good job. They lost to the Lakers because they couldn't do anything against LeBron, so they went and added athletes and defenders at the wing position. You get Robert Covington.
Exactly.
You get Derrick Jones. You get to keep Melo. You bring back Rodney Hood, who I thought for sure they were going to lose.
Yeah, I thought he was going to walk.
Yeah, and they just putting together a great team. People forget that they were injured a lot of last season, and they finally put it together at the end and just ran into the Lakers. Now they're going to be healthy. You have all these wings to go with Nurkic, Zach Collins being healthy. Look out for Portland.
Portland legitimately won as well and is also my other winner because, look, they proved that when they were healthy as a full squad, they could do damage. We only saw the very end of the Portland Trailblazers season with all of their players healthy and readily available, right? And we didn't even get to see Trevor Ariza there, who really would have made an impact for this team in the postseason.
Poor Trevor.
What did they do? They managed to go get Robert Covington, Derrick Jones, like you had said. And the other big move that I think we're not mentioning enough is while they're going to lose Hassan Whiteside, they managed to get Enes Kanter back, who is on a good deal. And that is a big impact player to have for them because he's been in their system. He knows what to do. He looked great for them, and that's why he ended up getting a good deal with the Celtics last summer. I think that Portland's definitely going to be able to stay in the high rankings in the West. I think they'll be third. And not to mention, they re-signed Melo. He's staying back there too. Portland overall.
They got something going on nice over there.
They just got better. That's all they did. They managed to stay firm and also capitalize and get better.
Hey, so we got our winners out there.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to those teams. Shout out to Hayward and his agent. You guys are
Oh,
both
my God.
lucky
Don't
and
At
amazing.
Me is sending our love to Gordon Hayward and his agent.
We need to find out your agent's name so we can contact him. But
Don't At Me.
we have to talk about the losers.
Okay, ready? This is when we're doing it.
The
NBA free agency losers.
Hey,
people.
so to
Michael,
start it off, I'm
who you
not
going?
even going to
Who
give
you
you a
going?
team. I'm going to give you a player. How you gave us Hayward. Blake Griffin, poor guy. He's on a terrible Detroit Pistons team.
Oh, man.
It seems like they said we're going to be the Knicks of this year because we're going to sign
Yep.
all power forwards.
Yeah, we're just going to go all in on this. Like last year, they signed Derrick Rose and a bunch of guards, and we didn't
Yeah.
understand what they were doing. The Pistons said, all right, let's flip the switch this year. Let's
So-
get a bunch of people in a position we
we're
already
gonna
have
lose
filled.
Christian Wood, who can be a stretch guy. We're going to sign Jeremiah Grant, and then they signed another power forward. I'm just like, what are
Didn't
you
they-
guys doing to Blake Griffin's career?
They did that years ago. Remember when they signed Josh Smith, and they also had who do they have at the time? They had Greg Monroe, and I think they had Drummond as well
Drummond
at that
there,
point.
yeah.
And I'm like
what are you doing?
kind of like going, what's up here? Like these are all guys that can't shoot, and you're expecting your three forwards and you're basically three forwards, one of which is a center, to shoot. Like, come on, bro.
For a team that needs to study their past, they really need to
Oh,
do
my
it.
gosh.
But poor Blake Griffin, man, so many great highlights you gave us here in LA with the Clippers. I'm sorry that you're on the Pistons. Get rid of him. Send him
Hey,
to a
man.
championship team. He should be playing for a championship.
Before I give my official loser, I'm going to give a shout out one because it's also in the same family of works. We're going to give a shout out to Clipper Darrell as being today's loser because he had look on top of having to watch his team lose not to the Lakers but to the Denver Nuggets in a Game 7 in a series where they should have won realistically, and in LA they probably would have. Sorry. He had to watch not only the Lakers get better, but the Lakers signed Montrezl Harrell to a basically microscopic deal in terms of what he could have gotten on the open market to stay in Los Angeles, play in the same building that you all will, on a team that just won with LeBron James, a player that the Clippers know oh so well and love oh so dear. It is great. It's also awesome watching Patrick Beverly blow up on Twitter, but we had to send our love and our thoughts to Clipper Darrell because we know, man, you're just feeling it right now.
He might have to be Clipper Barrel because we're going to have to roll him up out of here.
Damn.
And you can agree with this. The Toronto Raptors.
Oh, man.
You lose your two veteran bigs, Serge Ibaka going to the Clippers and Marc Gasol going to the Lakers. Yes, you give Van Vliet back, but you give him a big time deal that he's going to have to show that he's truly worth it. But just
That's
losing
the
those
problem.
bigs is like, what do you have?
That's the issue to me is that the Toronto Raptors not only slightly, and it's hard to really gauge the value, but legitimately in our personal opinion, I think we both agree, they overpaid Fred Van Fleet.
Yes.
And I'm going to say Fred Van Fleece because he fleeced them for a lot of money, buddy. I mean, I'm happy for you as an undrafted guard getting that bread.
Get your ducats.
Good for you, bro, but I'm talking about the team perspective in the NBA. On the side, though, I'll give you a dap and I'll say, good for you, brother. Anyway, look, the Raptors lost two big players that helped deliver them a championship, all while they ended up losing Kawhi a couple of years ago, while banking on the fact that Siakam and Van Vliet were going to be able to elevate this team to being a championship contender for years to come. Look, that's not the reality now, Toronto Raptor fans. What your reality is you're somewhere between the 4th and the 5th in the East, and that's okay.
Hey, you know what that sounds like?
But it's getting...
It sounds like the Toronto Raptors. Like, that's what we're used to them being.
Baseline Toronto Raptors.
Until Kawhi kind of changed that narrative of them for 1 year.
Man,
but
that's
now
rough,
they're back.
bro. That's rough.
No, that's really
They were the
rough.
first seed, though, with DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, but they're not going to be that now.
Yeah,
they're going to be the fourth. They're going to be more of the Atlanta Hawks from 2006 to 2008, where they were more of a first, second round exit team
where
that
they're
were
going
fourth
to
and
be
fifth seed that
kind of
pissed teams
exciting.
off.
Yeah, kind of exciting, but they're just not going to be like last year. Some people thought they could make it to the finals.
No,
now
it wasn't that serious, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They were good, but they didn't have that edge to push them over. That's why I constantly said the Boston Celtics were the better of the two teams because when it came down to it, the Celtics had guys they could rely on in crunch time to push them over the edge.
Yeah, that's star
All right,
power.
and then the final loser of today's show is my sanity. You know why? Because I'm waiting for more signings to happen, and we're getting tired here because, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the latest episode of Don't At Me with Michael and Alex. And as usual, please like and subscribe. They were asleep.
Sleep, dog.
What the hell were they doing
couldn't
sleeping under
believe
your
it.
house?
Sleeping under the house, bro.
Who sleeps under someone's house when they're working?
Pitch black. I'm just like, are you guys serious? But I'm gonna get right
How
to
are you
it.
gonna sleep on your day of working under a house?
Me and my uncle was so pissed. But
Did you
hey,
join them?
hell no. Hey, but I want to give a major shout out to a guy that you mentioned and a couple others. You mentioned Jason Tatum.
JT.
Him and De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell getting big bucks, man. Go and
Oh
get that
my
money.
gosh.
I love seeing these young black men getting that money, and hey, they deserve the bag. What's your take?
Look, it's always great seeing young stars who definitely are the faces of franchise get
Yes.
recognized for their talents, get paid, and get secured future-wise with that franchise. I've said steadfast since we've started this show and Jason Tatum was drafted that Tatum is the face of the Boston Celtics,
Yes,
the future
I
face.
truly believe it.
And we are seeing that happen. And it's great to see also that a guy like Donovan Mitchell and De'Aaron Fox, who in their own rights have been the faces of
their
the
teams.
franchise, both in terms of stability and
Yep.
also as a young face that will definitely become a statuesque figure for that franchise for years to come, get recognized. So it's nothing but love. I'm happy for all these guys. Shout out to Spida Mitchell. My time in Kentucky made me love everyone. Even when you're at Louisville, once you make it to the league, I want to see you get paid. It's
Yeah.
great to see a guy like Jason Tatum. Shout out to Mike Lewis, who's killing it in Europe right now. My buddy, who's a good friend of JT's. Went to Chaminade with him. He's killing it. And it's great to see that all these guys
Hey.
are getting their money
Players-
and they're doing right.
Players get your money because these teams do. But hey,
And De'Aaron, come
that's-
on.
yeah.
A Big Blue fam.
No,
you really
yeah,
think
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to hate and not recognize
no, yeah,
De'Aaron
Sacramento.
Fox?
He's getting
That
his
was
money.
one of my favorite teams. Him and Malik Monk, bro.
Okay.
At UK. That's how I started my
team win?
journey. No.
Okay.
But De'Aaron Fox in college and Malik Monk in college.
No, yeah, they were ballers.
something else, bro.
De'Aaron Fox did a good
Oh
job
my
against
God.
Lonzo. But hey, that's been this week's episode.
Oh wait. I gotta mention.
Don't
one
have
other
me. Oh,
thing.
let me hear it.
Remember what? Did you hear what De'Aaron texted Lonzo after he got paid?
No.
You broke, bro.
Oh, that's fine.
That's the hardest thing I've ever heard. He's looking up at him and he's like,
Yeah.
"This man got drafted before me, really?
Yeah, you broke.
You
bro.
on your second
That-
franchise and you didn't
hey.
even get a Supermax."
So
Ha!
so
Ha!
disrespectful.
Ha!
But hey, that's been this week's episode of Don't At Me. Let's see what free agency is going to bring to us next. You don't anything can happen. John Wall get traded, Russ get traded, Harden get traded.
I
Oh
guess
my
you could
God.
say the Ball family ain't balling anymore.
Oh, they still balling.
They got LaMelo
Got
in the league,
LaMelo.
but we're talking about Lonzo versus
No, yeah.
De'Aaron,
True.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But hey, Lonzo, you better step up, man. The Pelicans trying to do something. But from Michael the PG to Mr. Himes, LA himself.
Let's go,
Alex,
baby. You know how
Hey,
it is.
You know
This is Don't At Me, baby.
Don't At Me, baby.
Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Check us out on social media at Michael the PG, at Himes LA. As usual, be good people. Also, pay attention to the curfew orders in Los Angeles.
Please.
Please.
I hate being in
abide
the
by
house.
them.
I hate being in the house, so you guys have to pay attention and listen.